Today we're going to take a little step back from all the high level, kind of like conceptual opinions that I've been putting out there. And we're going to talk a little bit about something that's very small, very specific, and that I've been thinking about for a while. I would like to discuss the Kobold racial ability from 4th edition. Out of freaking nowhere. This is not, I think, a topic that's relevant to anybody today. But it is something that I wanted to observe. So the Kobold racial ability can shift as a minor action. Shift one space. Pretty simple. Very straightforward. Ideal for a small, shifty race. And usually, it's something you're going to be fighting like a first level party. First, second, third level party. It's going to be running into kobolds. Probably your first adventure is going to be against primarily kobolds. Usually either kobolds or goblins in any standard Wizards of the Coast adventure. The issue is that this is a good ability. It's actually a really good ability. It is at will, so they're going to be doing it all the time. And it's going to be on a lot of monsters that the party is probably going to fight as their introduction to the game. If it's not their first campaign, they're learning the game. Brand new players, probably going to fight some kobolds. We're going to fight a lot of kobolds. And they all have this ability. One moment. Yeah, we're getting there. Keeping that. So they all have this ability. Now, if you are learning the game and you see all the monsters shifting as a minor action, it gets easy to think that shifting is a minor action. I can shift as a minor action. That's what they're doing. Yeah, easy. It actually, in a weird way, makes it harder for new players to learn the game because they are shown a thing that is different than what they can do. And it's very common amongst these low-level enemies. And it's common and it looks natural. There's I think a certain tendency to assume that introductory monsters are just going to be your basic attack, hit points, defenses, your standard stat block, no special abilities. In order to be, the basic introduction to the game. This is something that 5th edition does. Most stat blocks in 5th edition, even for non-introductory monsters, are just hit points, basic attack, AC, ability scores. That's it. No special abilities. They're literally just walking sacks of hit points. That's, I believe, the majority. I've not actually done any research on that. But my intuition, my sense of it is that more than half the monsters in 5th edition don't have any special abilities. Could be wrong on that. It's a lot. But there is a certain tendency to assume that, especially if you haven't seen any others. So brand new people to the game, seeing kobolds shifting as a minor action, it confuses them. And this is something that I have observed. I have firsthand experience with this. People get confused about, is shifting a move action or a minor action because they see kobolds shifting as a minor action. And they don't realize, or they forget, that it is a move action by default. And that's interesting, I think. I don't think it's necessarily bad design. It's clearly unintended for it to be confusing. You don't intentionally write confusing abilities. But it's sort of like, it's just a really interesting aspect of human psychology that this happens, and that it gets in your brain that you see this happening so much, and that clearly that must be the default. And so it's funny to me that that kobolds in 4th edition had such a powerful, ubiquitous, natural ability that it actually makes it harder to learn the game, technically. It's confusing for like a couple of levels. Once you're no longer fighting kobolds, it's not even an issue. But that's something that I observed even back in the day when I would introduce new people and they would fight some kobolds. And then during that adventuring day, or even later, it would take a level or two for them to really get under their belt that, oh no, it's a move action normally. And basically, once you've washed the kobolds out of your system, it's not an issue anymore. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's it. Just wanted to talk about kobolds. 4th edition kobolds have a really powerful ability they can use every turn. Especially when you consider that flanking rules are default in 4th edition, so they can easily get a flank. You get 2 kobolds next to you, they can flank if they want to. All right, that's it.